Hello, beautiful people. In this episode, we're going to speak about communication in the relationship. Being honest has a few requirements. One of them is rather important, and it's about being honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, you won't be able to be honest with someone. Not necessarily because you're lying to them, but because you won't be able to communicate what you want as you don't know it yourself. Being honest with yourself is one of the key aspects of being able to communicate properly with the people in front of you. At some point, you should know enough about yourself so that you can communicate about yourself to other people. And hopefully they can be there, present, listen, and understand, and question when they don't. Sometimes being honest with yourself is admitting that you don't even know for yourself, or admitting that you're afraid of knowing. Sometimes the first step is not even the one you think. It's not even the step of figuring stuff out. It's the fact of admitting that I don't quite know, I don't quite understand. And that's fine. Being able to share that with someone may add an ally into your realm, into your world, to understand yourself and to move forward and to give you guidance and an output that comes from the outside. It's always hard to look within, and sometimes having insight from people that can look from outside is very helpful. And this is why communicating about yourself, about how you feel, trying to be truthful and honest with yourself and others is an important piece of being in a relationship, no matter the kind of relationship. It helps build that balance, and it will help you grow and help other people sharpen their own tool to help you grow. More often than not, we're gonna assume different elements within a relationship. We're gonna think another person has a specific mindset, or doesn't. The issue with that is that most of the time we're wrong. There is a concept that we are at the center of our own universe, and anyone that we meet that is around us is just a fleeting star. The you know, as yourself, only exists within you. Nobody else sees you the way you see yourself. And for that reason, communication is important. Because what you assume of other people is not what they may think about themselves. And the same thing goes for any kind of situation. This is why it's important to be able to communicate and to be honest about those things. Because even if two people don't share the same viewpoint, there is no reason for them to know that unless they communicate clearly about that. We tend to assume too many things too often. Making too many assumptions will never help anything. It's good to assume, if you want to make a gift to someone, what they would like or things like that. But when it comes to actually communication and sharing information with someone that you care for, it's key to take time to ask the question to be able to understand that person, to be able to move the discussion forward, and instead of assuming something, to gain some knowledge on it. Once you have the knowledge, you can adapt how you're communicating with that person to either help them and telling them, keep doing this, it's helping you, or to stop them, I think it's a bad idea, whatever the situation may be. What is important is for you to get their input. Because if you keep assuming, or if you assume too much, you're gonna miss the mark more often than not. And they may not tell you, so you may even think that you're doing the correct things, but in reality you're not. And down the line, you're basically building a tab, and at some point this is gonna show up and you're gonna have to deal with it. It's way better to speak all along your path and your journey than to wait for big events. That way when something big happens, you have the habit of communicating and you're able to deal with it. No matter what it is. Whether it's a friend that needs you, that knows that he can count on you, whether it's in your love relationship, personal relationship, or work relationship. Being able to have this layer of communication, to help you understand what people rely on and needs, is going to help you accommodate the situation. The next concept is a lot more abstract. It's about talking from a place of love. Now this you can also apply to absolutely any kind of discussion and relationship. It is a concept that exists for the sole purpose of allowing you to communicate clearly with someone without letting necessarily too much bad emotion or run your thoughts. The goal of it is to be able to have a clear line of communication. Even in a situation where you are pissed off, you should be able to communicate from a place of love. You should allow yourself to be vulnerable. That allows the person in front of you to make the decision whether they're going to communicate, listen, exchange, try to grow, or if they're going to just be on the offensive or defensive or whatever it is. It will help you control the situation a bit better about yourself. It will help you learn about the situation a lot more and the person you have in front of you. It will also, more often than not, diffuse the situation, because it's not about accusing, it's not about being right. It's just about being there, being present, and coming from a place of love, being vulnerable. And even if you did nothing wrong, and even if you're upset, or even if you did something wrong, and you're defensive, is to let go of those things and just to speak. To speak what you feel is true within yourself, and to be honest. When you feel betrayed, talking from a place of love can be very important. It is at the absolute opposite in the spectrum of how you may feel. And you may be afraid to do it because you're gonna say, but I'm gonna be that much more vulnerable where I want to be guarded. But the thing is, it's at a moment like that that you also have a chance to learn, to grow and to change. And being guarded will not help you do that. It's that fine balance of knowing yourself and knowing that I am upset with that person and I want them to understand that I'm upset. Yet, coming from a place of love means that you're going to express those things in a way that they can ingest, they can understand, and that they can answer to in a way that's meaningful. Another aspect of communication is a requirement that you cannot fulfill on your own. It's the need of having two active parties. It doesn't matter if one party is the one doing all of the speaking and the other one is doing all of the listening, as long as the person listening is able to understand. Now, if they don't understand something, they should be asking questions. The entire idea into that is to have two engaged people that are exchanging something. Yelling at someone and them saying yeah and moving on does not help anything. Having a good discussion can help something. This is where coming from a place of love may help and entice people to stay around and to actually listen. Because the discussion may be hard and the subject may be difficult, but they won't feel threatened by it. They may invite the chance to grow, to learn and to exchange. To be able to have two parties meet and discuss, you have to avoid the usual conflict of you being better and knowing more and all of those clichés that you will see everywhere. Coming from a place of love also means coming from a place where you are speaking to an equal, even if you're trying to teach them something, to give them more information, whether you think they're doing something very wrong and they don't realize it, they're doing something that's dangerous for them and they don't see it, or even if they're doing it willingly. Being able to have that communication between two active people is very important. If one of them is not engaged, you can try to re-engage them, ask them what's going on, what's happening. The fact that they don't want to engage means only that they're being defensive. So ask them questions, try to understand where they come from and why it is hard. And if you do know, maybe give them time. A discussion does not need to happen over 2 minutes. A discussion can take a bit of time. Everybody is different. Everybody needs different time, different question to process everything that can happen within a talk, a discussion. You know, soul searching can happen in the middle of it. You can reflect on things from the past that you've forgotten, that brings back memory, good or bad. Never underestimate the power of a good discussion with someone, especially if you come from a place of love. You're trying to either understand something and you're the one inquiring, you're the one asking the question, or whether you're listening, trying to ingest all the information and subjecting yourself to the ideas of someone else, or whether you're the one actually doing the speaking and exchanging information from within. To be in a place of love, basically, is an abstract concept. But to get there, you can use a few different tools like a bit of meditation, a bit of grounding, you could listen to some music that eases your mind. The entire concept is to be in a place of ease, where things flows a bit better. And you can still be on edge and it can still be difficult and you can still have a bit of fear, depending on the subject and what's happening. But you should mainly be calm, you know, calm but on edge a bit, but mostly at peace. And using those tools can help. And you can also do it during a discussion, you know. If there is a lull, a silence, just take 2 or 3 breaths and focus on that and go back in. That's gonna help you ground, that's gonna help you be present in the moment. Because one of the pieces that is important for the discussion is to be present into the moment. Not to have your mind roam into the past, the future, the maybes, the if, the so's, but to be there, to listen, to express, to speak. Being in that place of love is being very present and is being true to yourself and with someone else. Communication is a lot about speaking, but it's also about the things you do and how you exchange with someone all the different things. For some people, it could be helping in the house when they don't have the time. For other people, it's, going to pick up the kids. For other people, it's showing up when your friends need you. For other people, it's going to be something else. Speaking is one aspect, but when you know someone, at times, it's not about the word. It's about being there, being present, and doing something. This is a form of communication that is also important. It is a place where you know within you and you know them. And yes, there is a bit of assumption, but instead of necessarily asking or saying, you're trying to do something to help and to support. Same thing, when you speak about many things, it's important to be able to follow through with them. Being honest with yourself also means not promising the moon when you know it's not gonna happen. Now, sometimes we promise things and they don't happen because, life happens. And that's not the situation I'm talking about. It's about trying to put goals that you can reach. If you say you're gonna do something, try to put a goal that you can reach. If you cannot do much, well, put smaller goals. The person in front of you should appreciate that, because that means you're going to be able to do what you say you're going to do. Different people exchange information in different ways, and this is something that is important to recognize. We have many ways to communicate with other people. Some people it's about spending time together, for some people it's about taking care of others, for some people it's being inside the community and helping, or being with your spouse and helping, and doesn't matter, there is different relationship and different level of it. And that applies everywhere. You show yourself towards other people in many different ways. It's not just about speaking. Sometimes it's just about being on the phone, saying nothing and just being on the phone. Sometimes it's about, helping, being present, looking at someone, being there in their space. It can be many, many things. Knowing how you communicate and understanding how the people communicate around you can be a great help. This is something that you get to learn as you spend time with people. There is no trick for it. It's really about spending time with people and trying to be honest and truthful to yourself and meeting people as you go along in your journey. Communication is very much a skill that requires you to know yourself, which takes time and effort. So communication takes time and effort. Don't despair if you feel that you're unable to talk with someone, or it doesn't make sense, or you're not sure of the word. Try your best, try to grow through it, try to learn through it, and that will help you. Because there is no magic formula for being able to speak to people. Saying being honest is one thing, but if you don't know what's within you, it's not gonna help a lot. And you have to understand that thing. Being able to communicate is very natural, but also very complex when you try to exchange complex information, complex emotion with someone. So be aware of that, be gentle with yourself, and try your best. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Next week, we're gonna talk about finding your person.